The crash in the forest, it was a quiet night. The stars were shining above, and the wind was moving slowly through the trees. In a small town near the forest, a young man named Alex was sitting on his house roof. He liked watching the night sky. It helped him feel calm. Alex was 24 years old. He lived alone in a small wooden cabin near the edge of the forest. He liked peace and nature. His life was simple. He worked in town during the day and came back to his quiet home every evening. But that night, something strange happened. What? Alex was looking at the stars. He saw a bright light suddenly appear in the sky. It wasn't a star, wasn't an airplane either. The light was falling fast, like a fireball coming from space. Boom. The light crashed deep inside the forest. The ground shook. Birds flew away in panic. A strange, glowing smoke rose into the air. Alex's heart started beating fast. What was that? He whispered to himself. Without thinking much, he grabbed his flashlight and put on his jacket. He needed to find out what crashed. He walked into the dark forest, his flashlight lighting the way. The trees were tall and quiet. Everything was still. Too still. After walking for about 10 minutes, Alex saw a blue light coming from behind some trees. He moved carefully, hiding behind a rock. What he saw made him freeze. There was a strange-looking pod, half broken, stuck between trees. It looked like a small spaceship. The metal was smooth, shiny, and glowing with light. Steam was rising from the cracks. The door of the pod was open. Alex slowly walked toward it, feeling both scared and curious. He looked inside and gasped. There was a girl inside. She was unconscious, lying on the floor of the pod. She looked human, but also different. Her skin was light, but her eyes were glowing blue, even though they were closed. She had strange markings on her arms that glowed softly. Her clothes were silver and torn. She was hurt. Alex's first thought was to run. This was something out of a movie. Aliens, spaceships, glowing lights. But then he looked at her again. She was breathing, but weakly. She needed help. Alex made a quick decision. He stepped inside the pod and gently picked her up in his arms. She was lighter than he expected. He carried her back through the forest, looking behind him again and again, feeling like something might follow. When he reached his cabin, he laid her carefully on his bed. He cleaned the cuts on her arm and gave her some water. She didn't wake up, but her breathing became better. Alex sat beside her, watching. So many questions were running in his head. Who is she? Where did she come from? Why did she crash here? Hours passed. Then, just before sunrise, the girl opened her eyes. Alex jumped back. Her eyes were shining, glowing like a star. She looked scared and confused. "Don't be afraid," Alex said softly. "I'm not going to hurt you." She stared at him, her breathing fast. She tried to speak, but her voice was soft and strange. "Where?" "Earth," she said slowly. Alex nodded. "Yes, you're on Earth." She looked around the small room. Her body was shaking. Alex gave her more water. "What's your name?" he asked. She tried to speak again. Riva. Riva, Alex repeated. "I'm Alex. You crashed near here. I found you in the forest." Riva nodded slowly. Her eyes began to close again. Before she fell asleep, she whispered, "They coming." Alex leaned closer. "Who's coming?" But she was already unconscious again. Alex sat back, feeling cold fear in his chest. He looked out of the window. Toward the forest, someone or something was coming. And he had just brought an alien girl into his home. The morning sun was rising, but Alex's cabin felt colder than ever. Riva was still asleep on the bed. Skin had a soft glow under the early light. Alex sat beside her, his mind full of questions. He had saved an alien girl. Real alien. She had spoken a few words before fainting again. They, ... coming. Alex didn't know who they were. But he knew one thing: Riva was not from Earth. She looked human, but she was something more. Her glowing eyes, the silver suit, the strange crash. It was all real. No dream, no joke. As the sun came higher, Riva finally opened her eyes again. She looked around the room slowly, as if checking if it was safe. Then her eyes stopped on Alex. "You helped me," she said softly. Alex nodded. "Yes, you were in the forest. Hurt. I brought you here." Riva sat up slowly. Her body was still weak, but she moved with care. She touched the side of her head and winced. "Where am I?" she asked. "My house." "Near the forest," Alex replied. "This is Earth, a small town. No one else knows you're here." She closed her eyes and breathed deeply. Earth, ... Safe. For now. Alex gave her some water. She drank it slowly. Then she looked at him again. "I'm Riva," she said clearly now. "I'm Alex," he replied. "Riva, ... What happened? To you?" Riva looked at the window. The sky was clear, but her face showed fear. "My ship was attacked. My people, gone. Gone." Alex asked. She nodded. "I was escaping. They chased me. I had no choice. I crashed. Who chased you?" She paused. Her hands shook slightly. "The Dravans, dark ones. They destroy planets. They hunt my kind." Alex sat down, trying to understand. "So they might come here." Riva looked at him. Her glowing blue eyes were full of sadness. "Yes, they tracked my signal. If I don't stop it, they will find me. And Earth." Alex stood up. "We need to stop that signal." "Where is it?" She touched her arm. There was a small device under her skin, glowing red. "Here, tracker, deep inside. I can't remove it." Alex frowned. "Maybe I can try." He went to a drawer and brought out a small toolkit. Riva looked unsure, but nodded. "Be careful." Alex gently touched the device area. Her skin felt warm, almost electric. The red light blinked faster as he got close. "It's deep," he said. "I don't think I can reach it with tools." Riva sighed. "Then I hide. But not forever." They sat in silence for a while. Then Alex asked Riva, "How do you speak English?" Riva smiled faintly. "We study Earth. Long ago, I learned basic words." Alex was surprised. "You knew about us?" "Yes," she said. "We watched from far, but never came close." Alex looked curious. "Why not?" "It's because humans are not ready." Alex laughed lightly. "Sounds true." Riva looked at him with serious eyes. "But you saved me? You're kind." Alex felt a strange warmth in his chest. "Anyone would have helped." "No," she said. "Not anyone." Outside, a strange sound echoed faintly. A soft, distant hum. Alex went to the window. Nothing. Just wind and trees. But Riva stood up quickly. "They are near." Alex turned. "Already." She nodded. "The signal? Fast. They travel faster than light." Alex grabbed a bag and some clothes. "Then we have to go." "We can't stay here." Riva looked unsure. "Where?" "I know a place," he said. "Old forest path. Nobody goes there. We can hide." She nodded. "I trust you." They moved. Fast, Alex gave Riva his hoodie and a cap. Her glowing markings faded under the clothes. Still, she walked strangely light on her feet. Like she wasn't fully part of this gravity. They left the cabin and moved through the trees. The forest was silent. Birds were gone. Even the wind felt different. After walking for a while, they reached an old wooden path. It led to an abandoned storage shed hidden deep in the trees. Alex opened the door. Inside, it was dusty and cold, but safe. They sat down on the floor. Riva looked tired, but calm. "Why did you help me, Alex?" she asked. He thought for a moment. "Because you needed it, and I couldn't let someone die. Even if they're not from this world." Riva smiled. "You are different. Most humans are afraid." Alex smiled back. "Maybe I'm crazy." She laughed softly. "Maybe." Then her face turned serious. "If the dry vans find us, they won't stop. They will destroy everything." Looked at her. "Then we fight. You and me?" she asked. "Yes," he said. "We find a way, together." Outside, the wind began to howl. A soft, high-pitched sound echoed again. This time, it was closer. The old wooden shed was cold and quiet. Dust floated in the air. Alex and Riva sat near a small lamp, both listening carefully. The forest outside was no longer peaceful. It felt ... different. Riva's glowing eyes stared at the door. Her body was still weak, but her senses were sharp. "They are near," she whispered. Alex leaned closer. "How near?" She closed her eyes, like she was feeling something invisible. "One of them is already here, watching us." Alex stood up and looked out through the small cracks in the wooden wall. He saw trees, shadows, and nothing else. "Are you sure?" Riva nodded. "They don't move like humans. They feel wrong." Alex checked the bag he brought. He had a flashlight, some food, and a small old hunting knife. "Not much. I have nothing to fight them with," he said. Riva looked at him. "You have something they don't." "What?" "A heart." Alex gave a weak smile. "Stop them." Riva didn't smile back. Her face was serious. "But it gives you courage, and courage can delay death." Suddenly, the small lamp began to flicker. The light turned blue for a second, then off. Darkness. Alex froze. "What happened?" Riva stood up. "They are here." Outside, the trees made a strange noise, like metal rubbing against metal. Then came a soft click. Click. Click, click. Footsteps. Not normal footsteps. Heavy, mechanical. Slow. Alex held his breath. He looked at Riva, who was now standing near the door. "Ready." A sharp voice came from the darkness outside. It was not human. It was cold and broken, like a machine trying to speak. Double quotes, "Give, ... girl." Alex felt fear in his chest. "What do they want?" "Me," Riva said. "They want to take my power, use it, turn it into a weapon. Then we run." "No," she said. "We hide." "For now." Alex nodded. There was a trapdoor under the shed, an old one, from when this place was used to store supplies. He opened it quickly. Underneath was a crawl space, small and dusty. "Go," he said. Riva climbed in first. Alex followed and closed the trapdoor quietly. They sat in darkness. They could hear the footsteps above. 1, ... 2. 3 of them. The wooden floor creaked. Then came silence. Then breathing. Not normal breathing. Heavy, deep, like a machine. Pulling air it didn't need. A loud crack. The shed door was kicked open. Alex held Riva's hand tightly. She looked calm, but her hand was cold. They heard the creature speak again. "We know. She is here." Then something strange happened. Riva leaned closer to Alex and touched his forehead. His mind went blank for a second. He saw flashes, images of stars, planets, battles, people crying, machines killing. Then it was gone. "What was that?" he whispered. "A memory," she said. "Now you see what they are." Alex was shaking. "They're monsters. They're worse," Riva said. They don't feel, they don't forgive, they only take. The footsteps moved around above them. One of the creatures stopped near the trap. Alex held his breath. A long pause. Then the sound of the creature walking away. More silence. 5 minutes past 10. They waited finally. Riva whispered, "They left. For now." Alex opened the trapdoor slowly and peeked out. The shed was broken. One wall was half burned. The ground had deep claw marks. He helped Riva climb out. "We can't stay." Riva nodded. "They will come again. Next time. Stronger." "Where do we go?" Riva looked up at the stars. "Somewhere with signal blockers. Or underground," Alex thought. "There's an old mining tunnel. Deep underground. No one goes there anymore." "Then we go," she said. They began walking again, deeper into the forest, staying off the roads, hiding behind trees, moving fast. But even as they walked, they knew the Dravans were still watching, from far in the night sky. A red light blinked for a second. They were not just near, they were hunting. Asterisk. Alex and Riva moved fast through the trees. The night air was cold. The moonlight broke through the branches in thin silver lines. But they didn't stop to look. Behind them, the forest felt alive and dangerous. "They're following us," Riva whispered. Alex glanced over his shoulder. "I don't see anything." "That's the problem," she said. "Dravans don't always walk. Sometimes they wait." Her words sent a chill through him. They were heading toward an old mining tunnel. Alex had discovered it years ago during a hike. Was deep, dark, and mostly forgotten. No phone signals worked there. If they were lucky, the Dravans couldn't trace them inside. But luck was running thin suddenly. A soft beep came from Riva's arm. She looked down. Tracker is heating up. They are very close. Alex didn't waste time. "Come on this way." He grabbed her hand and pulled her off the narrow trail, pushing through thick bushes. They slid down a small hill and ran along a dry stream. Riva was fast, even in her weak condition. She moved like someone trained to survive. Behind them, the trees groaned. Alex stopped. "Did you hear that?" Riva nodded. "Tree roots don't move like that unless something big is walking on them." A low growl echoed in the distance. They started running again. Then boom. A tree exploded behind them. Food flew in every direction. A tall black shadow stepped out of the dust. It had long arms, metal claws, and red eyes. The Draven had found them. "Run!" Alex shouted. They ran downhill, dodging trees and rocks. The forest turned into a blur dot. Another explosion. Another Draven. Riva stopped and raised her hand. Her palm began to glow. A strange light circled her fingers. "Get behind me," she shouted. Alex dove behind a fallen log. Riva sent a wave of blue light toward the creature. The trees bent from the energy. The Draven stopped for a moment. Sif stunned, but only for a moment. Then it growled louder. Riva fell to her knees. "Weak. That's all I can do for now," she whispered. Alex ran to her. "Come on, we're almost there." He helped her up, and they kept moving. After a few minutes, they reached an old wooden door, half hidden under vines and dirt. Alex pulled it open. A dark tunnel stretched into the earth. "In here," he said. They stepped inside. Alex closed the door and dragged a large rock in front of it. The darkness swallowed them. Only their breathing could be heard. Riva lit up her fingers again, just enough to see. The light was soft, like a small blue candle. They walked deeper into the tunnel. Cold air brushed past their faces. "They can't follow us here," Alex said. "Not easily," Riva replied, "but they will try." They reached a small side room once used to store tools. Alex helped Riva sit on the floor. Her face was pale. You used your power again, he said. It's draining you. She nodded. I need time. Rest. Then I can protect us better. Alex gave her water and a piece of energy bar from his bag. You saved me again, he said. You saved me first, she replied with a soft smile. They sat in silence for a few minutes. Then Riva asked, Why are you risking your life for me, Alex? You could have walked away. He looked at her, serious. Because you're not just some alien. You're someone who doesn't deserve to be hunted. She blinked slowly. No one's ever said that to me. You're saying I'm the first. Yes. Even my people wanted to use me, not save me. Alex didn't know what to say. He just sat beside her in the dark tunnel, listening to the sound of the earth above. Then Riva spoke again. There's something I haven't told you. Alex looked at her. What? My powers are not just energy. They're connected to life. When I use them, I lose a part of me. You mean it's killing you? She nodded. Alex single quotes as hands clenched. We'll find a way to stop the Dravans without killing you. You believe that? I have to? They sat in silence again. Then a strange sound echoed through the tunnel walls. Clang, clang. Alex stood up. What is that? Riva's eyes narrowed. They found the entrance. They're breaking through. She nodded. We have maybe 1 hour. Then we must move again. Alex looked down the dark tunnel. There's a deeper level. No one's been there for years. Then that's where we go next. And so, tired but not broken, the human and the alien girl stood again ready to run, ready to fight, ready to live. But in the dark tunnels of Earth, danger was never far behind. The mining tunnel was deep, cold, and full of old memories. Alex and Riva sat in a small hidden chamber far below the surface. The walls were wet, the air heavy with dust and silence. They had escaped for now, but they both knew the Dravans would come again. Riva sat with her back against the wall. Her skin looked pale, her glow weaker than before. Alex sat across from her, watching quietly. You need rest, he said softly. I need truth, Riva replied. And so do you. Alex frowned. What do you mean? Riva looked at him for a long moment, eyes still glowing faint blue. Were full of something heavy, like she was carrying a mountain inside. You saved me without asking who I really am, she said. But now, I have to tell you. Alex leaned forward. I want to know. I think I always did. Riva took a deep breath. I am not just from another planet, she began. I am not just running from war. I am the last of the star priestesses. Alex blinked. What's a star priestess? Riva looked down at her glowing hands. Were guardians of balance. Our energy comes from stars. We protect worlds, heal life, and connect galaxies in peace. There were once thousands of us. What happened to the others? The Dravans, she said. They hunted us one by one. They fear what we are, because they know one star priestess can stop them. Alex looked shocked. So you're the only one left. She nodded slowly. The final light. Silence filled the tunnel. Then Riva lifted her hand. A small orb of light floated above her palm. Inside it, images began to form. Stars burning, cities falling, Draven ships darkening skies. Alex stared at it. Is that the future? No, she said. It's the possible future. If they find me, if they use my power, they will destroy Earth, just like they destroyed my home. Alex stood up, walking in circles. Then, we can't let that happen. There must be a way to stop them. There is, Riva said. But you won't like it. He turned. Tell me. Riva hesitated. If I use all my power, Kai can destroy them, wipe out their signal. Stop. The war? Alex stepped closer. That sounds like the only way. But, she paused, eyes wet now. If I use all my power, I die. The words hit him like ice. No, he said. There has to be another way. Riva gave a sad smile. Sometimes the universe needs light, even if it burns out after. Alex shook his head. Not you. Not like this. I've made peace with it, she said. But I hadn't met you then. What do you mean? You showed me kindness. You didn't see a weapon. You saw a person. Alex sat beside her. Because you are. You're not just power, Riva. You're you. Silence again. Heavy, but warm. Then Riva looked at him with deep, quiet fear. But time is running out. The Dravans are gathering above. I can feel them. Alex stood up. Then let's fight. Together. Riva reached out and touched his hand. Her glow spread into his fingers, soft and warm. I can give you some of my power, she said. Not much, but enough to survive. What's coming? He hesitated. Will it hurt you? No, it's a gift. One I give with choice. He nodded the moment her energy entered him. Alex felt everything change. His vision sharpened. His breath slowed. He could hear the earth above. Could feel life, energy, and danger. They're here, he said quietly. Riva stood too. Her light was brighter now. Her fear gone, Alex picked up a piece of metal pipe, his only weapon. But this time, he wasn't just human. Not fully. Together, they looked up the tunnel, outside, above the surface. The forest shook again. A red ship was landing. Tall, black Draven soldiers walked out, scanning for heat, sound, and light. They didn't know what waited for them below, far above the ground in the dark sky. A red Draven ship hovered like a storm cloud. Below it, black armored soldiers dropped silently into the forest hall, cold and heartless. Their red eyes scanned the trees. They didn't speak. They didn't feel. They only hunted deep under the earth, inside the forgotten mine tunnel. Alex and Riva prepared for war. Riva stood near the tunnel wall. Her body was glowing brighter than ever before. Lines of soft blue light moved across her skin like starlight. She looked calm, but powerful. Alex stood beside her, now changed. After receiving a part of Riva's power, he could feel things. No human ever felt like the pulse of the earth, the energy in the air, and the heat of the creatures moving above. They're coming, he said, gripping a piece of broken metal like a sword. They want me, Riva replied. But this time, we don't run. Alex looked at her. What's the plan? Riva closed her eyes for a moment. We split them. Confuse them. Use the tunnels. I can handle their leader. But I need you to hold the rest. Just for a while. Alex raised an eyebrow. You sure I can? Riva smiled gently. You're not just human anymore. You're more. He nodded. Let's finish this. Above ground. The Dravans moved closer to the tunnel entrance. Their leader, a taller one with 4 arms and a face covered in scars, raised his weapon. He spoke in a deep, robotic voice. Star Priestess detected. Life force strong. Capture alive. Human optional. The earth trembled slightly. Then, without warning, the tunnel burst open with light. A wave of blue energy shot out, knocking 2 Dravans backward. Riva floated out of the opening, glowing like a living star. Her eyes were pure white now. Her voice echoed, leave this world or be destroyed. But the Dravans didn't leave. They attacked. Underground. While Riva faced the leader, Alex took a side tunnel. 3 Dravans followed him in, crawling fast like spiders. Alex ran, heart pounding, mind focused. Every sound was louder, every movement faster. He turned a corner and stopped waiting. As the first Draven entered, Alex struck with the metal. Bar sparks flew. The creature screamed. Alex ducked, rolled, hit again. He was fighting something not human, but he wasn't the same Alex anymore. In the clearing, Riva and the Draven leader clashed. He threw energy blasts. She blocked them. With a glowing shield, he charged. She floated back and raised both hands. A wave of light exploded from her body, burning the air. The forest turned silent for a moment. Then she spoke. "I am not your prisoner. I am your end." The Draven leader hissed. "You will burn with your world." Riva raised her hands to the sky. The stars answered. A beam of light shot down from above. The ground cracked. Trees bent. The red ship above began to break apart. But it wasn't over yet. Underground, ... Alex was hurt. His arm was bleeding. One Draven lay broken. Two more still fought him. But now he could feel Riva's energy burning above. It gave him strength. He picked up a sharp rock. He dodged, rolled, stabbed. One more down, only one left. The last Draven growled and leapt, but Alex ducked and shoved the creature into a sharp metal beam. It screamed and fell. Alex dropped to his knees, breathing hard. He had one, a human. Had just defeated 3 Draven soldiers. The final strike above, Riva floated high now. Her hair waved like flame. Her light turned silver. The Draven leader was weak but still standing. "You would give your life for this world?" he asked. She looked down. "No, I give my life. For someone who gave me hope." She raised her hands. A quiet moment, then silence, then light. The whole sky exploded with white fire. The red ship turned to dust. The Draven leader vanished in a scream. And then? Nothing. After the storm, Alex climbed out of the tunnel, coughing, bleeding, but alive. The forest was glowing softly, as if it remembered the battle. He looked around. Riva? No answer. He stepped forward and saw something glowing in the grass. A necklace, her necklace. He picked it up, tears in his eyes. Then a soft voice behind him. "You're crying." Alex turned on, froze. Riva stood there, alive. Weak, but alive. "I thought you were gone," he said. "I thought I would be," she replied. "But this world gave me something I've never had before." "What?" She smiled. "A reason to live." The wind was soft now. The forest, once filled with fire and fear, had returned to silence. Smoke curled above the trees like fading memories. Ash fell gently from the sky, glowing like silver snow in the morning light. Alex sat alone on a large rock, holding the broken necklace in his hand. Still shimmered faintly, as if her light hadn't fully left it. He stared at the spot where Riva had disappeared into the blast of starlight. That moment still echoed in his mind, a scream of of energy, a flash brighter than the sun, and then stillness. No sound, no Riva. He didn't cry. Not yet. He couldn't. It felt like his heart had paused, waiting for a truth he didn't want to accept. Behind him, "Leaves are us, Tally." He didn't turn. The wind moved again, brushing past his ear. Then, a soft voice. "You didn't leave." He froze. That voice. It was soft, breathy, and full of the stars. He turned around slowly. There she was, standing at the edge of the trees, barefoot, her silver skin glowing gently in the morning light. Riva alive, different. Her body seemed more human now. Her markings were faint, her light quieter, but her eyes were still the same. That glow, that peace, that power. He stood up too quickly and stumbled. "You're? How?" "I don't know," she said, walking toward him. "I thought I was gone too, but something pulled me back." "What?" he whispered. You, she said, you were the reason. Alex swallowed hard. His throat ached. He had prepared to grieve, but now he didn't know what to feel. Joy? Shock? Fear? This was just a dream. He stepped closer, reached out, and touched her arm. Warm, real. Are you still a star priestess? He asked. She smiled faintly. Maybe not. Not fully. I gave most of my power to stop the Dravans. What's left, ... is just me. Just you. Is enough, he said. They stood there for a long time. In the center of a broken battlefield that was slowly healing itself, the birds had returned. The sky was soft blue now. She looked up. Your world. It's beautiful. Alex looked at her, not the sky. So are you. A pause. A moment full of all the words they hadn't said. Then she said the one thing he didn't expect. They came. Back for me. My people. A ship waits above the clouds. He blinked. You're leaving? They don't know I survived. But they'll know soon, and they'll ask me to return. He looked down at the necklace in his hand. What will you say? She walked closer, placed her hand gently over his. I'll say no. He looked up, surprised. I don't belong there anymore, she said. That life ended the day they tried to use me. I don't want to be a symbol. I want to be me. And where does that version of you want to live? She smiled. Here, with the one who saw me first, not as a power or a weapon, but as a person. Alex didn't speak. He couldn't. She stepped closer and gently rested her head on his shoulder. For the first time in many nights, his heart was quiet. Whole. Will Earth accept you? He asked softly. Maybe not all of it, she said. But you did, and for now, that's enough. They stood together as the sun rose higher. No more running. No more hiding. Just two souls, one human. One something more choosing each other in a world that had almost ended. And above them, in the silent sky, a single ship turned away and disappeared. Not every story ends with war. Some end with a choice, and she chose him. Asterisk,